AFTV, we are down here actually on Westway, and in the background is the Grenfell Towers. We'll be playing a game there today. I've got Louis from 100% Chelsea. Last time we're going to shake hands before the big one. Previewing the final. It's Arsenal taking on Chelsea. It's an all-British Europa League final.
Proper Brexit, mate.
Proper Brexit.
Nigel Farage will be happy.
Farage will be happy, yeah, 2 English teams. But in all seriousness, it's a huge game for us because we got to get back into the Champions League and it's our only route back in. You guys are already in it. Is it a huge game for you guys?
Okay, I'm in 2 minds. I'm there going, I want to win a trophy. Winning a trophy is great. It'd be something nice to end the season. But then there's another party which is always there like, well, it's like we're in the Champions League now. It's just in case we want to beat Arsenal. I think all in it's a big game, but I think it's mainly because we were playing you guys. I think if we were playing someone else, it's a case of we're going to go there and try and win the trophy, and it'll be a nice way to round off the season.
It's a huge game for Sarri though. Because when you think about it, Sarri's never won a trophy, even though like he came with a big reputation when he came to Chelsea. He's never won a trophy before, and this is a big opportunity for him to get up and running, to win a trophy.
100%. I mean, just to get up and running, that's obviously going to be his prerogative. Obviously, there's a lot of talk in the
and to
papers.
save his job.
I don't think that's fair. I think, to be honest, he's hit all his targets. He was asked to get top 4. He's got that. He was asked to basically try and finish 3rd in the Prem. He was asked to go deep into the Europa League. He was asked to go on a cup run. He's done all of that. We've got to the final of the Carabao Cup. We're in the Champions League final, Europa League final. Wish we were in the Champions League final. I don't like the fact that Spurs are in it. It feels a bit weird.
Gosh.
And obviously, we finished 3rd in the league. Obviously, that does come down to all 4 of the teams going for that top 4 battle being shit. Yeah. But I mean, out of that, it's kind of a case of we got there. He's hit his targets. I don't think it's there to save his job.
But you're saying that, but the rumour is that even if he wins that, he could go. That's the rumour.
I think there's that rumours only floating around because it's been going all year, and obviously because a lot of people aren't satisfied with the style of football in the stands.
So are you happy with it?
Look, I mean, I am always going to criticise if I don't feel something's going right, but for me, look, he's done what he's been asked of him, and to be honest, you're not going to go from defensive football to attacking football in 5 minutes. It just simply won't happen. And to be honest, you've seen the transition already. You've seen a prime example is Jorginho. Jorginho was rubbish. I mean, if you look at his primary stats, they're not great. He scored 2 goals in the Premier League. He's got no assists. However, when people criticising him for not putting a tackle in, not really motivating the play and all of that at the beginning of the season, towards the back end, especially when he had a headband on when he injured his head, so maybe that might have done something. He's turned out to be he's been really good towards the back end of the season. He's utilised youth players. He's put the most minutes in for youth players out of any Chelsea manager in the Abramovich era. You know, you've had 10 minutes here, 50 minutes here. He's had over 1,000 minutes played by Chelsea youth products. Christensen, Loftus-Cheek, Callum Hudson-Odoi. Obviously, you've still got players like Zuma. Well, Zuma's not a youth player, but you know he was it from a very young age. You've got the likes of Ampadu who've coming through from there as well. You know, there are so many players which he's utilising and developing. And look, he's ticking all the boxes for me at the minute. Yes, it's not been the best at some points. He has been very tippy-tappy on some occasions. And like, prime example, when we played you guys, when you just wanted the ball in the back of the net, you started playing it and recycling the ball. You know, you just need to get it in the back of the net. But to be honest, look, for me, he's hit all his targets. He's done what he needs to do, and credit to him for doing it with such pressure. Okay, well, the final is you know, we're nearly there now. You've got a couple of injury problems. Loftus-Cheek, that's a big one for you. You've also got Rudiger at the back, and there's rumours that Kante still not 100. Hudson-Odoi, would he have played him anyway? He probably would have played Pedro anyway. He'd have played Callum Hudson-Odoi.
But you know, those are some big misses because some of those guys have performed well for you in the Europa League, haven't they?
Yeah, I mean, I think Loftus-Cheek really pushed his way into the first team through the Europa League. Same for Callum Hudson-Odoi. Rudiger, for me, is our best centre back.
Yeah,
and
player.
Yeah, and N'Golo Kante. Well, I mean, everyone knows about N'Golo Kante. To have a midfield of Ross Barkley, Mateo Kovacic and Jorginho in the Europa League final against Arsenal, I'm not confident at all. It's going to be a really difficult game for us.
Who do you, as Chelsea, who do you worry about in Arsenal? When you look at Arsenal's team,
not Mustafi.
All right, not Mustafi. He actually as well has been a guy that's finished the season quite well.
Has he finished strong?
He's been playing, you know, I think arguably, I know a lot of Arsenal fans might get at me, but I remember me and Troops, we were talking about this and we were saying, if you've been there and you've watched all the games in the running, he's been there probably the better of all of the defenders. A lot of the other ones made more, way more. He's kind of a bit of a scapegoat sometimes.
Well, I mean, you can see that. And
but he does make too many mistakes.
And I mean, Koscielny's not exactly been the best either because he's obviously come back from an injury.
He's been okay, but yeah.
I mean, in terms of players that you're scared of, you just look at the front line. I mean, if Ozil's turning up on his day, you've got players in that squad which can cause issues. But I think, against our defence, it's a case of you're going to have Christensen and David Luiz. One is a bit timid in Christensen, and David Luiz is very rash.
None of them are quick, are they? That's the thing. That's where I'm thinking maybe we could exploit that because none of them are express, are they?
No, I'd say they're mobile. I wouldn't say they're very, very quick, but they're definitely mobile. I think that Luiz will turn up because it's a cup final. But it depends how much he turns up. He might turn up too much. And Christensen, we'll just have to see. But I think for me, like that front line is going to be the biggest worry. I think you look at how they've combined this season, not just in the Europa League but in the Premier League as well. Aubameyang and Lacazette are ridiculously good, and that's what worries me, to be honest.
And for us, who should we worry about on your side?
Hazard,
which is the obvious one.
It's the obvious one. If you want me to be less obvious.
Yeah, be less obvious. We know about Hazard.
I would have gone Loftus-Cheek, or then I would have gone, Kante. I would have gone, but they're all injured. All Hudson-Odoi. So I mean,
Giroud. He's a top scorer in the Europa League, isn't he?
He is. He banged a very good free kick against Bate Borisov too. I mean, obviously, he might not do that against Arsenal. But I think Giroud, if he turns up, that could be the interesting one. But it all hinges on if he starts as well. Because there's talk to Higuain might be playing instead.
Okay.
And he's not very good.
And you were a bit shaky against Eintracht Frankfurt in the semi. In that final game. There's a lot of people saying that they had you on the ropes a bit towards the end.
We weren't on the ropes, I would say, but I'd say it was a very well contested game.
Well, it went to penalties. Of course it was.
But I think that Eintracht Frankfurt were a really solid side. You look at Jovic, you look at Haller. They had their big guns out, and they're always going to cause issues. Jovic has just gone to Real Madrid, so I mean, you can't really say.
Good team.
But yeah.
All right, so I know you don't like to make predictions, but I'm going to ask you anyway.
1-1 in penalties, and we'll win it on pens.
Ooh, okay. I'm having a bit of 3-1, man. We need this. We want this bad, you know what I mean? I'm a bit of 3-1. But it's going to be, it's going to be a really, really close game. Two teams that know each other, two teams that played against each other this season, that have each won a game each in that. It's anybody's. But we're looking forward to it. You're going to be out there as well, isn't it?
I will indeed.
So I'm sure we may run into each other somewhere. We'll catch up. We'll catch up, man. I mean, I'm sure the vibes are going to be good out there. I mean, with your fans, what have they been like? Have they been a bit like our fans, where they've been really moaning about the whole thing?
Yeah, and I think we don't like the fact that Chelsea basically rolled over and let United had to sickle their tummy. When you guys, we credit to Arsenal.
It's been the same with us, really.
It's that Arsenal actually stood up and said they disagreed with it. Chelsea just said, we can't do something because of this. But look at these Thomas Cook flights that we're putting on there for only £979 if you want to go. It's like last time when we went out there, it was £800. People got 2 nights and a hotel, and they're charging £979. It's just capitalising on the market, which I think is not very fair.
How the fans have been handled in this has been terrible, but we will be there as they knew we would be, right? So I'm looking forward to the game. What are your predictions? Leave it in the comments below. If you're a Chelsea fan, don't forget to check out 100% Chelsea and Louis. I'm sure they're doing loads of stuff. Louis will be out there as well, so he'll be all over it for Chelsea, just like we're going to be all over it for Arsenal. Looking forward to the game.